I remember back there a bunch of years ago when I was a youngster. I was over at the cattle mart there in Swampford one day with the old buck, and we were up there, and we went down to the White House. We had the bite to eat, and then we finish up, and he said, "Let's go, Mikey. Let's go and take a walk over to McHugh's. There might be somebody that'll give us a ride left over to the town." So, anyways, we finished up in the White House, and we head over to McHugh's. And who was it then at McHugh's? But Johnny Nedwood and Leanhan. And the old fellow said, "Johnny, will you give us a ride to town?" And he said, "We will. We'll have one pint here, and then we'll head way out the road." So the old fellow had his pint again, and he said, "What do you want, Mikey?" I said, I'll have a bottle of Coke." And Leanhan spoke up. I said, "Dad, keep my pint. Don't be drinking that Coke." And Mrs. McHugh was it then. She was friends with my mother, but she liked my father too, and she said, a pint is better for him than that old Coke. So we all had two pints and then at McHugh's, and then we headed way out home to Charlestown, and we're going through the town, and Leanhan said to John Edward, "Let's stop in Casey's, we'll have one in Casey's." And the old fella said, "No, Peggy is at home, she'll be at home waiting for us, she's the dinner ready for us." And John Edwards driving, and the next thing we pull up in Casey's, and John Edwards said, "Well, we'll have one here, and then we'll head away home." And I don't know what time it was then. It was in the afternoon. I'd say maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But we didn't start out at Casey's probably 12 or 1 in the morning. So then we headed away up home, and who was at who came out the front of our house with the hands on their hips? But my mother, and Leanhan stuck out the head out of the car, and he said, "Peggy, don't let them in the house." And my mother, she just had the hands on the hip. She didn't say a word. But if you know an Irish lady, once the hands go on the hip, they mean business. So you better mind your P's and Q's and not step out of turn, or you'll get the old backhand. So I went in first, and I said, they kept me, Mom, they kept me there in town. The truth being told, they didn't really try too hard keeping me. But she didn't talk to my father for a week or two afterwards. She didn't find the humour in that. But it was good old day in town.